Welcome to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. If you are watching this channel for the first time, allow me to request you to subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell so that YouTube will recommend to you our videos. Kindly like this particular video and also share our videos. To all those who support our channel in one way or the other, I want to say thank you very much for this continued support. President William Ruto is set to visit the sons and daughters of Mulembe. He's scheduled to conduct a development tour for some days in a few days' time. And this visit has attracted a lot of debate. The reason it is attracting a debate is because of just two things. One, people and experts are trying to juxtapose the preparation that William Ruto is making when he's about to visit Mudavadi, Wetangula, and the leaders of Western Kenya, vis-a-vis the kind of preparation that he made when he wanted to visit Mount Kenya, the 5-day tour in Mount Kenya. Now, this video, ladies and gentlemen, must serve as an eye-opener because leaders and supporters of the UDA from Mount Kenya have buried their heads in the sand like the proverbial ostrich. To begin with, when William Ruto was preparing to go to Mount Kenya, he had set an agenda. And the agenda was very simple: to talk about no handshake. And that was the noise that was made throughout the 5-day visit in Mount Kenya. And it culminated in an interdenominational prayer come Thanksgiving prayer in Sagana. And then he crowned it with a delicacy of rice and meat. Then when you talk about development, it was crystal clear that William Ruto went for Uhuru projects that he had initiated and launched, and he launched them again. And that is what was given to the Mount Kenya, the sons of Mumbi. Now, how is William Ruto preparing for his tour in the Western? And even before we get there, I want to take you back to the first time William Ruto visited the sons of Mulembe. During that particular tour, he ensured that one, Rigathi Gachagua was outside the country. He sent him for some kind of presidential errands just to ensure that he got enough time with the people of Mulembe, because Rigathi Gachagua is one person who does not see eye to eye with the Chief Minister Musalia Mudavadi, for the obvious reasons that they are not aware, they are not very sure of the running mate slot come 2027. So he was not there to give William Ruto ample time to engage with the leaders of Western. Now, let us begin. Within a span of less than 1 month, William Ruto has made key appointments to the Mulembe nation and is going to unveil them. And I can assure you, he's going to receive a resounding reception. In the very prestigious position of the DPP, Director of Public Prosecution, William Ruto was given over 15 names to choose from. And the panel that was interviewing those who were to occupy this position was very key. And William Ruto ensured that one, Francis Atwoli, the Court General Secretary or Secretary General, was part and parcel of those who were interviewing those who were to occupy this position. And then William Ruto decided very intentionally, politically, and professionally to appoint one Renson Mulele Igonga, a man who is experienced in both academic acquisitions and experience. He had been working at the DP's office as assistant, I think, as a deputy or vice deputy director of public prosecutions, and he ensured that he gave them this very prestigious position. Remember that this position was formerly held by Nordin Haji. And now he decided to take it from the Somali nation and bring it to the Mulembe nation strategically, because in those appointments, people take a lot of pride and prestige in them. And so when he goes there, he's going to unveil it. He's going to tell them, but here I am, I consider you. Remember, we also have Mudavadi, it goes without saying, and we have Wetangula and all those people. So this appointment is going to go a long way to hunt for votes, because William Ruto is preparing for 2027. It does not end there. After that appointment, William Ruto decided to anoint Humphrey Ambata, another son of the Mulembe nation, in the very prestigious position of the Commissioner General KRA, Kenya Revenue Authority. That is a very big position, and is doing it strategically. Meritocracy is also there, because Humphrey is someone who had been in that position before. He's got a wealth of experience. He's a man who has got a lot of academic acquisition. But then politically, William Ruto is looking at the Mulembe nation, because he knows very well that Raila held that region. Raila even defeated Musalia Mudavadi when Musalia Mudavadi in 2013 decided to run, I think, with his deputy there, the Secretary General of the Jubilee, Jeremiah Kioni, and Raila scooped votes. And even in the last elections, with Mudavadi there, Raila still defeated Mudavadi in that region. And William Ruto is keen on it. And if you have studied the movements of William Ruto, he is busy preparing for 2027 and is doing his calculations, and I think he knows his moves. I told you in my earlier video that William Ruto has learned from Raila Amolo Odinga, from Uhuru Kenyatta, from Kibaki, from Moi, and all the other leaders, and he knows he picks 1, 2, 3 things, he adds them together with his craftiness, and he's going for it. Now, it does not end there. A few months ago, William Ruto decided to pick the Secretary General, the new Secretary General of the UDA party, Cleopas Malala, a young, vibrant son of Mulembe. You know, by doing this, William Ruto is keeping at bay Rigathi Gachagua in matters politics. So that party is held closely by William Ruto ally, because Secretary General is the one who has got the certificate. He makes several decisions. Do you remember how the former Secretary General of Jubilee frustrated William Ruto before he jumped ship and started his own party? He knows very well that Rigathi Gachagua does not have a party. So should he try to cough, then you know that party matters are being held very closely by the UDA brigade from the Rift Valley and now from the Mulembe nation. It didn't end there. He elevated Cleopas Malala to the position of a cabinet, and now they would be sitting on a cabinet meetings, except that the Law Society of Kenya went to court and it was found out or ruled that this was very unconstitutional. But William Ruto will not rest. By doing this, he was only telling the Mulembe nation that he loves them at heart. And you know, as we always say, politics is about 2 things: interests. And you see, once you have a chief minister, you have the Speaker of the National Assembly, you have the KRA Commissioner General in the name of Humphrey Ambata, and you have the Director of Public Prosecution in the name of Mulembe Ingota or Ironga. And then they also take pride in saying that even the Nairobi Governor Johnson Sakaja is one of their own. Let me ask you, with all this position, if William Ruto goes to the Mulembe nation and, you know, give them an opportunity to speak and, you know, unveil them one by one, the Mulembe will be convinced that something is happening. And Raila Amolo Odinga must do something, because William Ruto is on a charm offensive to ensure that he gets these regions. Now, the last thing, ladies and gentlemen, the position of the DPP and position of KRA is one that Rigathi Gachagua had lobbied for, and he really wished that this position went to his side. but William Ruto defied him and gave it to Musalia Mudavadi. What does this tell you? William Ruto could be preparing to work with Musalia Mudavadi if he's convinced that he will get the votes. Number two, he's really hunting. And I'm sure by these moves, ladies and gentlemen, he will not come out without Kanyama. Mtu anapoenda kuwinda, William Ruto is very crafty. And Raila Amolo Odinga must not sleep, but Rigathi Gachagua must be very careful. And I'm here to juxtapose to you that when the sons of Mumbi were given Mchele na Nyama and launching of Uhuru's projects, you will see what William Ruto will do to the Mulembe nation. And I remember the first time he went there, he even launched an airstrip. And so this time round, the Mulembe nation are prepared with what they want Ruto to do. Unlike the Mount Kenya, who are only interested in a no handshake, and that is what William Ruto gave them. And so your guess is as good as mine. Who is clever now? Because politics is about calculations. When Rigathi Gachagua says that he champions for the interest of the Mount Kenya, I don't think he's getting it right. On this, William Ruto and the entire team from Mount Kenya, from the Mulembe Nation, got it right.